So he's learned a lot, and through him, I've learned a lot as well.
So you've got pizza in your blood.
I've had pizza in my blood since the day I was born.
New Haven style pizza. Come and take a seat. A pizza, it's time to eat.
All right, episode 62, Charred New Haven Pizza Show. It's Kevin Begley, Frank Zapsky, as we lead up to the Connecticut Pizza Brew Fest with Connecticut Basement Systems. August 2nd, Frank, is when it's going down. And we have this little series going on. We're inviting people who are going to be at the Pizza Fest onto the show.
Correct. And today we have
Michael Masto from Inferno Apizza in Wallingford, Connecticut.
Awesome. And you've been coming to the Pizza Fest for like 3 years now, right?
Yeah, about either 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
My grandfather had the pizza truck 4 years ago, so I know personally I've been there 3 years. But it's one of my favorite events of the year. All the pizza trucks kind of gravitate towards each other with events like this because, you know, we all learned from the same spot, New Haven, Connecticut. So it's great to be able to get together at least once a year and do something like this for the community because, you know, we're in Connecticut. It's right where we belong.
Yeah, that's a good point. It seems like kind of a good camaraderie between the pizza trucks here in the state. You know, you probably see each other at different things like this event and kind of friendly with all the pizza trucks, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've learned a lot from a lot of different companies. You know, my grandfather worked for Big Green Truck Pizza for
we love
over 15 years. He worked in Modern with Billy when Billy first started. So he's learned a lot, and through him, I've learned a lot as well.
So you've got pizza in your blood.
I've had pizza in my blood since the day I was born.
So if it was your grandfather, now your grandfather's Chris, I assume?
Yeah, Chris Butin, yep.
Now, so it passed. So did your dad or your family at all have anything to do with pizza in general, or it kind of passed them and got to you?
So when he opened up in North Haven, maybe 10, 12 years ago, my mother, she was, you know, there a lot of the time with him. She helped him open up.
Yep.
But she never actually made pizzas. She was kind of the waitress type, you know. She would get her hands dirty. She would hop on the oven, but she actually never sling the dough, you know. So my mom and then my siblings actually are all in the pizza industry. My sister helps me. My younger brother helps me. And the littlest one, he's getting involved slowly, but he's a little too young. So a lot of my family, you know, gets involved when they can. So.
Okay.
And you have the truck and a standalone location, or just the truck?
So I have 2 pizza trucks, building the third, and then I have a takeout and delivery storefront in Wallingford.
Oh, wow.
It has small seating, but you know, we try to stick with just the trucks.
Yeah.
It's a small operation.
But that probably keeps you busy. I mean, between the takeout and delivery and trucks.
Who in the pizza business isn't working 80 hours a week? It's what you sign up. Frank knows. It's what you sign up for. So
is all year busy? I mean, obviously the winter must slow down a little bit.
So the winter's kind of my time where I'm working less.
Yeah.
Just, you know, the pizza trucks aren't as busy. We do some gigs here and there, but usually people want the outdoor summer catering parties, not we're bringing the pizzas in your house. But we do roll in the winter, but it's like I said, the summertime is primarily busier.
So if there's an indoor party, you just bring the truck and cook the pizzas outside and bring them in.
So we've set up in people's garages, set up heaters. We have, you know, we have some cool things that we're able to do. But a lot of the time, yes, we bring the pizzas inside their house so everybody can enjoy it and, you know, the dining room. But we've set up some pretty cool stuff that you'd be amazed if you've seen.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yep.
And I'm Polish, so work with me on this. But how do you set up inside the garage with the smoke and everything? How does that work?
So the way I do it is I'll pull the pizza truck directly along the garage, and then the smokestack is outside the garage. So we'll set up our pizza tables inside the garage, and the oven's outside. You know,
you got me nervous for a little bit.
No.
Just back it into the garage. So that's a good setup. I feels like for rain too. Like if you had a party where.
The thing is with rain, heavy rains we can't operate in because of the wind. The wind will get all over. You know, we're not inside the truck. Like for example, Grand, they go inside the truck and it's easier to operate.
Oh, you're in like in front of it.
Have you ever seen like the Big Green truck setup?
Yes,
they're outside the truck. They got an awning covering.
That's right. And I remember yours from the Pizza Fest. Yeah. So you're like out in front, kind
of.
Yeah,
correct. So.
Nice. Yeah, because there's a couple different styles of pizza trucks. There's obviously the ones that the people are inside, like a food truck.
Yep.
And then the ones where the oven's kind of facing out of the side.
Yeah, the reason we built them like that is because we want the customers to be able to experience like the whole operation.
And they can see it happening.
They can physically see you making their pizzas fresh on site. They could see the wood fire, charred oven with the smoke coming through the stack.
Yeah.
It's that's why we designed it that way, so they can experience the whole, atmosphere of the pizza truck.
Yeah, that's cool. And I feel like kids like it too because they can see right in.
I've done kids parties where I'm letting the kids make the pizzas. Kids love the truck. So
yeah.
When I had my pizza truck, it was a trailer.
Yep.
But the same exact thing, like towards the end of the party when everyone was pretty much fed and happy, we actually would even have people come up and make pizzas.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to make their own pizzas. Probably sparked the idea for the pizza school, 10 years later. But, I do get where you're coming from. And it's good and bad because the enclosed trailer is kind of, I'll call it weatherproof, waterproof. But then you don't get as much of the experience. And with what you do, you're basically right there.
For sure. There's, like you just said, there's pros and cons to both. But
yep.
There's so many good pizza places and pizza trucks in Connecticut. What I try to do differently is give people an experience because, not everybody's able to have their whole family on the job where it's not you're having, employees that just come and do their job. You want to go there and give people an experience that they're not going to forget,
Yeah, yeah. And the other cool thing that you mentioned, just to kind of recap on that, is that, the pizza industry in general is really interesting. But I think most people rally around each other.
Oh, yeah.
There's obviously your truck and probably 20, 30 other, maybe even more in the state of Connecticut. But it seems to be, and I'm sure there's a little friction here and there, but it seems to be everyone kind of helps each other out, wants to work together, so to speak, because I believe that it's so popular that there's work for everyone.
For sure, Frank. And the thing about our industry is I've never personally seen another industry like it. I'm in contact with countless trucks and we all help each other out. Whether one truck breaks down and, I need to call the big green truck, can you do this job? They have a fleet of trucks. They could come down and, help me out, make sure my customer stays happy because problems happen at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Accidents happen, trucks break down. And to be able to say that, the whole community helps each other out, I haven't personally seen an industry like that. Usually people get jealous. People don't want to see another person succeeding. But from the truck owners that I've met, everybody's a good person and everybody helps each other out. So,
yeah, I feel like that kind of comes along with the pizza culture,
For sure.
Because a lot of people came up with it as a family business, much like yourself.
And they know the work involved in it.
Yeah,
like I said, there's 80-hour weeks. Everybody's going through the same, the countless struggles, things breaking, help not showing up. So we all go through it. We all go through the same trials and tribulations. So
do you remember, you grew up here in Connecticut, right?
Yep.
Do you remember your first experience with pizza? Was it the New Haven places? Was it somewhere locally?
So when I was growing up, maybe from age 5 to 10, I was always at the big green truck because my grandfather worked there.
Oh, okay.
So my mom would bring us on the truck, and I was like, kid, you don't know, pizza truck. But when you eat that pizza, you're like, this is better than the restaurants. What? And then that was my first experience with, good pizza.
Yeah.
So, but he, like I said earlier, he grew up in Modern too. So he was working with Billy from Modern when Billy was first getting in there. So he worked there. He worked at, Rose Garden, all Palm Beach, Grand. He's worked everywhere. So I've always been in the pizza industry through him. So.
Yeah, and when you go get pizza at a restaurant as opposed to takeout and delivery, I always say the quicker you can get it from the oven to your plate is the best, and that's why a pizza truck is perfect because you get it right out of it.
That's why I say we come right to your house and we make them fresh on site. Who's better than you? You're getting them right out of the oven.
Exactly,
so.
And that's what people get at the Pizza Fest too. If people haven't been before, if they're watching and listening, we do that VIP hour too, which we're doing again this year. From 11:30 to 1, where people can get the free cheese slices.
Oh yeah, the VIP. We've been doing it 3 years. It's a big hit.
Yeah,
huge hit. Everybody comes and they get as much as they want. You get to try each truck.
Yeah, and you beat the lines and beat the crowds.
Of course.
Yeah, and then once it opens to the GA, you have your menu on your truck too.
Yep.
Is there any pizzas that you have on the truck that are kind of specialty pies or things that you are passionate that you have on your menu?
There's a lot of trucks that make a lot of different variety. I'd say that our cheese is the best, but we have some great specialties. We have a hot pepperoni pie with, bold pepperoni, hot cherry peppers, hot honey.
Nice.
That's probably the biggest hit at a restaurant. But the mashed potato bacon you can't go wrong with. There's a lot of good specialties. But
it's funny. I never experienced that pizza till I moved here to Connecticut.
The mashed potato?
Yeah, it's such a big Connecticut thing.
I think it originated in Bar. but there's
yeah.
a lot of places that make it phenomenally.
Yeah.
So.
Kevin grew up on Domino's, I think.
Did you, Kevin?
No, I always forget this, but you used to work at Uno, right?
Yeah, so I grew up in Massachusetts, but I waited tables at Pizzeria Uno in Massachusetts
sweet.
for like a few years.
Awesome.
But the ironic part is I'm not really a fan of deep dish,
Yeah.
and Uno was obviously the deep dish sort of chain. But deep dish has its place, here and there.
The thing is, I've always eaten New Haven style pizza.
Right. Yeah.
So I actually, once in a while, I'll eat a deep dish and a Greek pizza just because it's different,
Yeah.
And it's obviously, I personally think New Haven Apizza is the best in the world. But
Yep.
when you're eating it all the time, you want to try different things. So I understand that. for
Yeah, and
sure.
I grew up in the Massachusetts area. Papagino's is like a big chain regionally up there, and then Pizzeria Regina in Boston is a big like Boston chain that's really good. It's not really New Haven style. It's almost like a mix. Like pizza in Boston is like a mix between New York and New Haven. Depending on where you go.
Bar pie's up there too, I think. I think
There's
north-
a lot of bar pie. Yeah, a lot of. So similar to like a Colony or a Rico's, but like even smaller some of the places, and they come in this like paper bag and really crispy crust, super thin. Bar pie's big in Massachusetts. Yeah.
Mike, you got to try. You being in North Haven, Christo's. They're probably, I think, that I know of one of the first ones that started doing Detroit pizza.
Oh, I've had their Detroit pizza. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Christo's is actually right down the road from me, and they make a killer pie.
Oh,
they
yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
There's so many good pizza. Pat's is up the road from me. Pat's Eats in the gas station.
Yeah.
Make another great pie. There's so many good pizza places around me, and it's tough to stay competitive because
Yeah.
everybody wants to try something different. I understand that, but that's what you sign up for. Placing your pizza restaurant right outside of North Haven, New Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah.
So.
But I think what it comes down to, and you hit the nail on the head, and we are really, really, really spoiled in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Because there's so much really good pizza. And I say this all the time, you don't stay in business selling pizza in Connecticut if you're not good.
Yep.
But I think one of the differentiating factors is really the personality of the person making it, the staff when you come in. I'm not saying that everyone's pizza is the same, because it certainly isn't, but I think, that warm welcome, that being able to, if someone gets a bad pizza, you make them another one. It sometimes is hard to keep everyone happy.
Yeah, like you hit the nail on the coffin when you said you got to give people an experience. You got to have them, greeted at the door when they walk in, make them feel like they're at home,
Yeah.
So that's what we try to do. We, obviously you can't perfect it. You can't make every person happy, but
No.
if you're at least nice to people, they have a better feeling when they're coming into your place.
You ever throw anyone out?
No, I haven't. I have not. There's been a few Grubhub guys that have came in breaking my balls, but I haven't had to throw anybody out yet since being in business.
Okay. Well, that's good. It's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting with the storefront. So you must get a lot of that, like the delivery drivers, like the different apps and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
so we have our own drivers, and then we use Slice is great. The Slice app.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Grubhub
Because it's
and-
just pizza, right?
It's just pizza. So Grubhub and DoorDash, I have a little problem with them, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
But you have you have like old school like delivery drivers.
Oh yeah, we do delivery too.
Nice.
We
I
have
feel
our
like
own drivers.
that's becoming less and less popular.
And the thing is, people make me laugh because I'll go to their house, or I'll send my driver to their house
Yeah.
when they order on Grubhub or DoorDash. I'm like, you save 20% almost if you just call our restaurant. We like clicking the button. It's easier, Like, all right,
Yeah, I mean,
appreciate your business.
It's almost like a nostalgic thing. Like I like the pizza guy or girl coming up to the door and just giving them money. Like that's like the old school feeling.
That's the experience.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. Yeah,
for sure.
And it's like the local business part of it. Like it's someone who lives in your community who's delivering pizza, and
Yep.
yeah, like it kind of goes all into the local aspect of a
for
pizza
sure.
place.
For sure. So
What are your plans going forward? I honestly, and I didn't do any research on you just for a reason, because I wanted to be fresh, but I only thought you had a truck. Now you have 2 trucks and you have a brick and mortar place. Where are you looking to go down the line?
Well, I have the 3rd truck right now. It's being built. I'm probably going to push it off till next season, but I'm only 21 years old, so I started in business my senior year in high school when I was 18. So it's been 3 years now. I'm growing pretty quickly. I have a great staff, so it's easy to, not easy. Easy's not the right word. It's easier than if I were to have, the terrible staff. My staff, keep me going, and it makes it, less of a challenge to
Sure.
progress forward. But to be honest, Frank, I don't know if I want to open another storefront. Like you see Sally's and Pepe's expanding all over the country.
Mhm.
But that one in New Haven is that one in New Haven.
Yeah.
So people gravitate towards that one. But I'm probably gonna just build the third and then slow down from there. Because I got my brother who's learning. My grandfather's getting older, so we have one of the three of us on each truck.
So I didn't know you were that young, because when you were saying my brother and this one, and then we have another one that's not. I'm like, well, how old? Well, so wow.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
And once you get a third truck, like with 3 trucks going, I feel like you'll stay busy with the amount of events and
for
stuff.
sure. Like I said, it's a 6-month span. So you got May when the season really picks up through October.
Yeah,
and then the trucks mostly sit in the winter time. You do a few jobs here and there.
Yeah,
couple a month, but I don't see any pizza trucks that are jamming like they are in June,
right,
in the winter time. So you get 6 months of really hard work.
Yeah, like this time we're in now, the early summer feels like the most popular to book up events.
June is the busiest month of the year for everybody. I haven't heard a truck that
because there's so many graduation parties, birthdays, weddings,
and the weather's nice. You want to be outside. You want to have your family get together and enjoy the pizza truck experience.
Oh yeah.
My personal favorite month is September to work on the pizza truck because it cools down a little bit. Yep. You could still be outside. The sun still rises late.
It's still warm.
So it's still warm. Yeah. But
now the name of the place, you used to have Rolling Inferno. Are you kind of going with Inferno Apizza now, or
my grandfather started the name Rolling Inferno because his pizza place was Inferno Apizza in North Haven. But I kind of I'm gravitating more towards the Inferno aspect, just so people don't confuse. When I pull up to a party, they're like, "What's Rolling Inferno?" I just know of Inferno. I go, "Well, I mean, you could kind of figure it out,
Yeah.
So,
and especially because you have the standalone place now too.
Yes.
So having it be Inferno Beats,
yeah, for sure. So that's what I'm trying to stick to. Just so people can remember it. It's easier to remember.
And you have an Instagram, right?
I have an Instagram. It's Inferno Apizza.
So I always wonder about that because obviously we have social media with the podcast, and I work at radio stations here in Connecticut, and we're always trying to come up with content. As a pizza place, do you have to brainstorm content to make, or do you just kind of film stuff in the pizza truck? Like how do you go about that?
So we don't have a social media marketing expert.
Right,
we kind of just, if we have a minute on the truck party,
I
take
feel like that's
nice
a lot
videos.
Of people now, yeah.
But when you're so busy, it's hard for places to do that.
Yeah.
So we really should hire that person that comes in with the nice camera, shoots everything nice, but we do most of our business through word of mouth, doing a good job, making the experience good. And, it's gotten us this far. So we try to just, limit it to that.
And sometimes, I mean, Frank knows this from his New Haven Pizza School Instagram. Like the videos sometimes that do the best are just a random 20-second video that he filmed of his oven one time with the pizza bricks in there. And sometimes you don't need the whole slick video. Sometimes something just catches. And I feel like the Instagram profiles or Facebook or TikTok, whatever it is becoming like the new website almost.
For sure.
Because that's how people probably find you.
Most people at the end of the day, they're on social media. What are you doing? They're not typing in on Safari, best pizza near me, when you got TikTok reels coming up of someone throwing pizza dough in the air,
exactly.
The kids making the pizza.
And they might message you through that or see someone tag you and book a party.
Most people book our parties through social media. It's surprising because, the old school people are like, where's your website?
Right.
But nowadays, people are on social media. So that's what we try to, stick to.
But you still have the website too,
We still do have a website. Yep.
Nice.
For sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's so interesting because I feel like every industry is going through that social media thing.
You have to be nowadays.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be.
Right.
So I show my grandfather some of the videos you make on the truck, and he's amazed. He's like, never in my life.
Right, must blow his mind. Yeah.
He's like, I've been in the pizza industry 50-something years, and this was never around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when did he start? So it was 50 years ago.
He started when he was, I think, 12 or 13. So
okay.
He's 60. Wow. He's 67 now. And he keeps telling me, leave me alone. I want to be retired. And I keep getting him on the pizza truck. So.
And do you have other relatives before him that were pizza, or did he just start it?
His father was in the pizza industry, not as much so as he was. He kind of made pizzas here and there for certain restaurants, but he learned, through, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Alfano's in East Haven.
Oh yeah.
He actually worked with Nick Ladano from Apizza in Florida. He worked with so many different pizza people.
So he just kind of went all in with it.
Yeah. So when Joe opened that restaurant, Joe didn't know how to make pizza, Joe Alfano.
Yeah.
And my grandfather worked at a different place, so he taught Joe. And
That's
and
funny.
it turned into this pizza empire that, like at least 20 different people that worked in that place have big restaurants now. So it's kind of amazing, when you meet certain people and they come in my restaurant, I have a picture of Alfano's and they're like, I learned how to make pizza there.
It's almost like with the NFL, they talk about like the coaching trees, where like people come up through certain coaches, then they become their own head coaches. And
For sure.
it's sort of the same thing in the pizza world.
Yep, for sure.
Kevin, have you ever taken your kids to Festival of Lights in New Haven?
In New Haven, yes. Yeah.
So Alfano's, you would pass Alfano's going there.
Oh, on the way to it.
I think it's the Cove section of East Haven.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I know where it is now.
So that's kind of just to give you, because Kevin didn't grow up here, so I'm trying to give him some
he said.
perspective as to what it is.
Yeah. So but that's awesome. Like just the history of it, kind of when they were younger, teaching each other and then people opening up their own places. And it makes sense why Connecticut has so many pizza places now, because people have grown up working with each other and now opening their own places.
Yeah, for sure. I can't even tell you how many people come into my restaurant on a daily basis. I learned how to make pizza from your grandfather, in this place in New Haven or this place in East Haven. And it's like my grandfather will run into these people and not even recognize him anymore because he's just so focused on making pizzas all the time. You meet so many people.
Yeah.
Frank knows more than anybody. He's taught countless people. So when you sit with 20 people each session, it's like you go through hundreds and thousands of people and you're like, you have to sit and talk with them to remember that time that you taught them how to make pizza. You changed their life,
Yeah.
Do you have when you hire new staff? Do you kind of teach them the history of like your grandfather and everything, or do you have a specific way that you tell them to operate or make pizzas, or is there any?
So I'm a younger guy, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm 21, so I try to let my grandfather do the teaching.
Yeah.
Which he gets frustrated with now because he's 67 years old. But I'll send them on the job, and he's like, "You're sending me this new guy. I got to teach him on the job while I'm making the pizzas." And I'm like, "Pop, but you're the best teacher."
You taught everybody, right?
I know. He taught me everything I know. So I try to send the newer help with him. To learn the basics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they can operate, in a busier scale.
Right.
So, but.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's it. And that's one thing that I think a lot of pizza places kind of struggle with is getting that help. Getting, like you were saying earlier, like getting the staff, especially in the busy season, and getting people who are reliable and that can do it the right way.
Yeah, I have one full-time guy outside of my family that my grandfather taught him, maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Yep.
He's been my ride or die guy with me 7 days a week, works very hard for, to provide for his family. So he's the only person outside of my family that I've hired. Fortunately for me, I got great siblings that are, willing to work hard. And my grandfather's, knock on wood, still healthy enough to work. So I've been mostly a family operation.
That's great. Yeah, that definitely helps. And I feel like we see a lot of that in the pizza industry with the family, family, whether it be siblings, cousins, people helping out with the family
That's
business.
the reason Frank asked me earlier, what are my plans for the future? It's tough to say now because you want to master your craft. At the end of the day, when you get too big, it becomes, this person's making the pizza, you're not making the pizza anymore, So it's like, you got to find that line between growth and, wanting to be the best that you could be. So right now I'm trying to focus on, just optimizing what I have and make people happy at the end of the day. Cause that's what I've been doing the last 3 years. So I'm going to just, if things fall into place, if God wants to put something in my path, then maybe I'll try it out. But right now I'm going to just, work on what I have and, do the best I can.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think you got a bright future. I mean, you're only 21. So
well, I've had a lot of good people in my life. You know, I've learned a lot from, I don't know if you guys know Mike Masto from Grand Apizza.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I have a pizza question that, my grandfather's is a little seasoned, I go to him and I'll ask Mike, what do you think about this? Mike's got, 3 restaurants, 3 trucks. They're running a multi-million-dollar company. Mike has seen it all. So any questions, I usually go to him. Leanne from the Big Green Truck, any questions on business, I, usually go to her as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of good people in my, that I've met through my grandfather. So I'm fortunate. Not everybody has a grandfather that was in the pizza industry 50 years. So I've met a lot of people through him. So I'm a blessed man. I have a lot of good people in my way that, if I run into a conflict that I can go to.
Yeah.
We had Mike on one of the panels, right? At the Pizza Fest, Frank?
Yeah.
He's great. He's
Mike Sr.
Yeah, Mike
He's a
Sr.,
character.
right?
Oh, yeah?
Mikey Apizza.
Yep.
Great storyteller.
I'm referring to the younger one.
Oh,
but
okay.
Mike's father has been in the pizza industry like my grandfather forever. But
Yeah.
Mike gravitated towards me because he started when he was, 18 years old in Madison.
Yeah.
So he kind of came up to me. He's like, "Yo, we got a lot in common, And I love Mike. I've learned a lot from him. So.
I love that. It's like the new generation. It's like the next generation of Connecticut.
And his brother's involved too. His brother, I think, is 22 or 23.
Wow.
I think he's running their Clinton location. So their whole family's involved in the pizza industry.
And they bought a building in like downtown Madison or Clinton,
right next door.
Yeah,
it's literally right next door. So
that's great.
They're in the building process with that, and I feel bad for them because it's tough. Mike tells me all the time. He's like, "You won't believe how much this costs, that costs." I'm like, "Mike, it'll be worth it. You got a lot of people behind you that are going to come support you." So
yeah, he brought me into the building. I think it was an old bank. It was probably a lot of things throughout the years. And I'm like, wow, man, this is
it's going to be a big operation. Yep.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it in the last few months, so he moves quickly. One thing about him, he's got a lot of good people around him. So I know he's moving along.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited, man, for the Pizza Fest. That's going to be so
I'm
fun.
Pumped. I see everybody. It's one time a year where everybody gets together.
It's like a big reunion.
Big reunion.
Yeah, so August 2nd, if you haven't got your tickets yet, they are on sale, ConnecticutPizzaandBrewFest.com. And the VIP is $50. You get an hour and a half early. You get the free cheese slices.
Who's better than you?
Free beer samples.
$50 for free cheese slices from every truck.
And then you get to stay all day. It goes till 4. So you get the whole day there. And you get all the pizza trucks, all the samples. And then it's $10 for GA, which I feel like, think about what you buy with $10 to get a whole pizza fest to stay for 3-4 hours.
You can't even get a sandwich anymore.
It's a no-brainer. $10 to get live music, access to $3 cheese slices, and it's just. And if you've never been to the AMP, it's a great venue.
Yeah. So the Hartford Healthcare Amphitheater in Bridgeport, we've done it there. This is the 4th year.
Yeah.
And Frank's going to do some demos. He's going to do a version of his class there. So just think about that. For $10, you get to do that too.
And an uni demo too.
An uni demo.
Yep. New Haven style pizza and uni.
And then we're going to do a live podcast. So we're going to do a live taping of an episode from the Pizza Fest where we're going to have guests come on and have fun. So you have all that going on. Rum Runners are the band that we're going to have.
I'm going to have to staff people for the truck. I got to be around this part.
Easy.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. So yeah, August 2nd if people haven't got their tickets yet. And then before we wrap up, is there anything, people can obviously find you on Instagram and the Facebook and the website?
Yeah, I would just go through our Instagram, Inferno Apizza, or Facebook, Rolling Inferno. That's under. You can't change that, so it's just going to stay Rolling Inferno for some reason. But all of our content is on there. Like I said earlier, we take videos of the truck. You could see the whole operation. But I would go through there. I think that's the easiest way to find us. We also have a website, InfernoApizzatruck.com.
And if people are in Wallingford, where's the...
It's right off of Exit 13 on South Colony Street.
Nice.
So it's, easy access.
Kevin beat me to the question, but outside of pizza at the brick and mortar, do you make grinders, Italian dinners, anything like that? Or
We
just
try
strictly
to
Apizza?
mostly stick to strictly Apizza, but we have salads, small subs and soda and wings.
Okay,
nice.
But we try to prioritize pizza because you're not going into a pizza place and getting wings. We offer it for certain people, but you're going there to have the Apizza.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you could meet them at the Pizza Fest.
Yeah,
so
you come meet me, come say hi to me and my family at the Pizza Fest.
Yeah, exactly. Big family
Hopefully, I
affair.
can get my grandfather out there with me.
Oh, that'd be
You
great.
can ask him a lot of questions.
Yeah, we got to get him out there for sure. All right. Well, thanks again for coming on. We really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure seeing you
Yeah,
guys.
good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Appreciate
sure.
it.
All right, that's episode 62. Remember, it's not burnt.
It's charred, baby.
Charred, baby.
New Haven style pizza. Come and take a seat. A pizza,